The purpose of CEPF's safeguard policy on stakeholder engagement is to promote transparency, accountability, integrity, effective participation, and inclusion in project design and implementation. This is accomplished by seeking and incorporating the knowledge, views, and concerns of stakeholders. Stakeholders are persons or groups who are directly or indirectly affected by a project, either positively or negatively. Stakeholders may include Indigenous peoples and local communities and their representatives, national or local government authorities, politicians, religious leaders, civil society organizations, academia, or businesses. You must engage with key stakeholders as early as possible in the preparation of your CPF project and throughout the project. You must ensure their views and concerns are taken into account, risks of adverse impacts are managed, and benefits are distributed equitably. To this end, you need to identify stakeholders and involve them in the project preparation process. Provide stakeholders with timely, relevant, and understandable information about project activities in languages and formats they can easily understand. Engage stakeholders in meaningful consultations where they can express their views on project plans, benefits, risks, impacts, and mitigation measures. Ensure that these consultations are culturally appropriate, gender responsive, and free of manipulation, interference, coercion, discrimination, or intimidation. Continue consultations throughout the project as needed to enable adaptive management and ensure compliance with other safeguard policies. You must also ensure that members of disadvantaged or vulnerable groups, such as women, youth, and persons with disabilities, are able to participate in consultations fully and effectively, including by holding separate meetings where necessary. Stakeholder Engagement Plan. When you apply for a CEPF grant, the CEPF team will assign your project to one of 3 categories according to its environmental and social risks. If your project is assigned to Category A or B, you will be asked to prepare a stakeholder engagement plan. Templates and examples can be found on the CEPF website. If you are asked to prepare a stakeholder engagement plan, you will need to briefly describe the potential social and environmental impacts of your project and any steps you have already taken to consult with stakeholders or disclose information about the project. You will then be asked to list the key stakeholder groups who will be informed and consulted about the project. Next, you will need to describe the measures you will take to ensure that project activities and decision-making are as inclusive as possible regardless of gender, and that any benefits are shared equitably between women and men. You will then be asked to summarize the methods you will use to inform stakeholders about the project. You will go on to describe in more detail the methods you will use to consult with each of the key stakeholder groups. Finally, you will need to describe how you will establish a grievance redress mechanism. This mechanism will provide a means whereby local communities and other relevant stakeholders may raise a grievance with your organization, CEPF, or its regional implementation team, and whereby this grievance may be considered and satisfactorily resolved. All CEPF grantees must establish a grievance redress mechanisms, regardless of the risk category they are assigned to.